Welcome
I don't think
to
so.
Level Up TV, levelupgaming.net, Sitto versus XT. We're on to map 2 now. This is the Impressive Gaming League. It's a semi-final for the TDM Cup 2. I'm Disrepute. And this is Vor. Hello, Vor.
Yep. Sure is.
We'll be deep inside. Some quick rundown of the teams. Rick Mage, Flash, Zyrinx, and Dimitri for Sitto. For XT, Wins, FRS, Wit, and Gerper. So this is XT's map pick. They were defeated on the first map, which was Hidden Fortress. Sitto taking that by about 20 frags, was it in the end?
Yeah, 2025, something like that.
So
Pretty close game most of the way, but just not enough item control by XT.
first frag took 20 seconds to get in. Not often you actually see it taking that long.
Already though, we see that XT strong on that red, just as they were in the start of their game against Action.
I think it's pretty clear what their initial tactics are. Getting the
Oh,
armor
but look,
position. Look at that.
barely early, that quad.
Does have a shaft already, Rick Mage. What's he going to do?
Well,
What's he... Whoa. He's going to go backwards. Hunting in behind. Doesn't hit the shaft well enough. 5 seconds to go before the red. Probably wants to wait around here. Should know that it's up soon. He does. That's a really nice play, actually. Really nice. Now he wants to try and utilise that and get some frags on the board for his team. There are a couple of frags behind.
yeah, but very easy to evade quad on this map with some good communication, and they were warned probably by, I think it was Wit over at red, that quad had taken red.
Rick Mage should remember when the red time is up, and he should be back pressuring it, but hasn't really done anything to do that. I think he just forgot.
I mean, having taken no damage, you'd have thought maybe he looked to try and push in with a teammate and at least try and get a shot on it, but he didn't have any angle to do any damage from where he was.
I mean, you could always play it the other way, where you've collected that armor, now just sit back with the... And as long as you're stacking the yellows, maybe the Mega, you can get an armor advantage overall as a whole team.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job of... got the Mega timed, they're going to be getting rails on probably all their team. So it will be harder, you'd think, for XT to come into this next quad if they don't give away frags and just sit back with these rails.
XT do have a rail over that side of the map. Flash has just freshly spawned, he's got nothing, so has been recently eliminated to cycle around a little bit. Wit, only 40 health, rocket launcher. Does have the rail, and he's been taken out. Gerper goes down as well to Dimitri's rail. It's a 66% rail. He mops up that health as well. That's quite an interesting, important
And those two
area.
kills could be significant, that could make it...
Lower yellow and LG.
Could be very difficult to attack quad now.
5 seconds to go before quad, and Dimitri's play just there has been as good as you would have hoped. They do get their quad. Zyrinx caught out really badly by Wins' LG. Decent attack last second by XT, and they come out again, but you know, it took a good bit of LG from Wins there, and probably a bit of a weak defense on that position. I mean, if Wins can just wander in with an LG there, it's probably not defended that effectively.
Yeah, XT had actually come up behind them, I think. You know, they were defending that bridge, but there was a few XT members in the quad room. It wasn't very secure at all.
Well, Wit has moved over, jumped over. Look at the LG damage he takes from Rick Mage, though. The bridge is being aggressed. Sitto have to be careful here. There's also a player in the quad room. Zyrinx manages to dispatch him. It's a very low scoring game at the moment.
I think this is the right way to play it though by Sitto. You know, we saw how strong XT played against Action just by sitting back at the red and kind of almost luring them in, and they get a few kills and then they push their advantage over at the bridge.
Here's Wit. He's not going to miss many of these bounce pad rails. Oh! Just having to switch made him miss that shot. And XT have moved into this quad room and just extended their lead ever so slightly. And this is going to be important because this is the kind of passage of play we saw XT really start to extend their lead even further in the previous match, which is when they moved into quad. And Action reacted by just rushing in and giving away loads of free frags. Will Sitto do the same? Are they that obsessed with quad? We'll have to see. Gerper getting that upper yellow 66 armor on the board now. Plasma shotgun LG. A nice little combination for a quad run. 10 seconds until that spawns as well. Sitto don't look like they're going to get in on the bridge angle. 5 seconds to go. Might look for the... Wow. Flare coming in from a high position. Rocket jumping up. None of that plasma hitting, but both of them taken out before the quad spawns. Here's
Oh no!
God.
Direct rocket in his back. Bad luck by Wins.
Wins takes out the quad carrier. Not maliciously. And that's kept it with a 6 frag difference. Of course, might live to regret that in a sense, because in these very close games it puts even more importance on what the power-ups do when you get them. Gerber does grab this red. Let's have a look at some of the scoreboard stats. 9-3 on the red pickups. 13-11 in favour of Sitto on the yellows. That's not really...
With the power-ups as well, with the way XT, they focus the red between power-ups. It's not always going to be easy for them to get in and get a cleanish pickup, and that was a fairly clean pickup for FRS. I mean, he had 97 health, so it was a direct rocket that was needed to take him out. Just, he didn't expect it to come from his teammate.
I think actually, we were following Gerper at the time, who, if I remember rightly, did have a bit of armour and maybe was in a better position, especially with his weaponry. He had to take that quad, but it seemed like a bit of a somebody grab it moment. Gerper in a great position to pick up a couple of frags here. This little corridor between the central atrium, I guess you'd call it, and the bridge, lower bridge area is a really good stalking zone.
Yeah, it's something you also have to be mindful if you're playing the bridge and the rail, that you ever drop down to pick that rail up, could suddenly find yourself getting shafted in the back by someone waiting there for you to drop.
Nice bit of play by Gerper, back for this upper yellow, but it's going to be the same time as the quad, so is he going to wait around for it? 3 seconds to go. Well, he's killed so many players on this series of frags with just blowing himself up, was it? I think it was a point-blank range rocket against the players.
It was.
Quad goes down. Still a 14 frag gap. I mean, they kept it pretty close. Sitto.
Yeah, this is pretty close. Yeah, they're still sticking to that, bridge rail area mainly. But as a result, obviously, heavily in favour of XT for those red armours.
Just shows what sort of map-dependent game Quake is, considering the pickup stats we saw on the previous map, Hidden Fortress. If you were going on that basis, you might say, oh, Sitto are going to get more of the items, but 13-4 on the reds, 17-16 on the yellows in favour of XT. Both of those, of course. They're doing better on the Megas, 10-3 in favour of Sitto, but that's not going to make up for all that armour.
No, I mean, Mega, I always think it's as important an item as it is. With not as much armour, you pick up that Mega maybe, a minute before quad, and it'll have ticked down so far. You're only going to have really one player with significant advantage from that Mega at any one time.
Trying to defend this quad area. Wins just taking him out easily. Great rail through that tiny gap of the bounce pad. Zymix soon dispatched as well, and Gerper, look at the stack he's got. If they defend this effectively, it should have a massive opportunity to absolutely dominate the map. Flash coming in and committing suicide effectively against that quad carrier.
There's some decent damage though, but it's kind of been healed up health-wise at least.
Yeah, I mean, if Gerper wasn't so stacked, he might have actually done the perfect job of taking out the quad, but he wasn't really to know that.
Oh, really nice.
Perfect spawn. Might even get another hit. Doesn't
important to know those spawns, and that's exactly why.
5 frags on that run. Ends up at reds here a little bit later.
Yeah, it's fighting against a lot of people here as well.
Teammate
support. Got a teammate though, yeah.
Another teammate as well. They're going to take this.
That's brilliant. Now, on his own there, very unlikely he'd have come away with red, but the support from Wins Oh wow, look at that.
Switched around to win, sorry.
Just unlucky timing on that switch. This Gerber was ambushed quite well.
So on Win's point of view, he did pick up the red, and now up a yellow. The red was removed. It's, you know, 25
Gerber's
frags.
damage, by the way, and the scores.
Let's have a look.
Insane.
4.8k, I mean... Wit's also got more damage than Win's. This is not something we expect to see. Pretty great play, especially with a low-scoring game.
Yeah, in a low-scoring game is what I kind of meant, you know, in relation to, say, the other team. 2k more damage than pretty much all of them.
Do you see with that quad run would have done a fair bit to pad that out as well.
Yeah, although we mainly used LG, so...
Direct rocket.
Oh, they did hit that direct rocket,
yeah,
of course, I suppose.
Win's just mopping up these upper yellows before this next quad's going to be up. Not too much going on from his point of view, so just cycle around quickly, have a look around the map, see where Sitto are sitting. Well, Win's just gets taken out by Flash. What the hell happened there? Must have been caught out badly.
Gerper ready again for the quad.
Was that on top? Only 25 health though.
Yeah, it's quite close. I mean, attack from two angles. Bit of machine gun damage as well.
25 across the mid is not up either. Are the 25s maybe at quad? I can see, I mean, red teammates are there.
Oh, rail. Nearly making a contact with Gerper.
It's just looking for those health bubbles.
Mega's up. It's been sat there for quite a while as well.
Well, that worked out pretty well for him in the end. Does just take out Rick Mace. Took a lot of damage though before he went down. Didn't quite connect with his initial LG.
Yeah, and the problem with quad LG is if you just only make a slight connection, you kind of push someone out of your aim if you haven't got that good initial lock on.
Flash making a rush to bridge. He's probably going to pay a price for that though. Gerper again just moving away into a safe zone. Switch round. Zyrex just coming at the bounce pad, machine gun in hand. Not going to do too much damage against those weapons. And this, you know, it's about a 40 frag margin now, so XT just building up this comfortable lead. Slowly but surely. 40 frags for 8 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big difference, and it's the kind of difference we saw against Action, and then Action I kind of think gave up, and the score exploded from there, really. I'm not sure Sitto are going to do the same thing, so...
There's plenty of time to bring it back. They just need to be focused.
I don't think they can win it, but you know, they could turn the score difference round and bring it maybe to a 20 frag game if they play well. But you know, I think XT, they're really showing with this lineup that they're incredibly strong on this map.
And Win's jumping for the bridge attack there. Launcher shots in. It's a nice rocket.
Yeah, I think they've actually pushed XT away from this. Yeah, there's no contest on the pickup.
65 armor.
You know, he doesn't have ideal weaponry. I mean, if he was to run into all of XT,
yeah, this is
it'd be very difficult.
Without an LG, the position he's in as well. Oh my god, hits a very nice shotgun straight away. Evades most of the damage though and has teammates supporting him. That worked out pretty well. He's going to get a shaft out of this as well. Probably wants to just back off though.
Yeah, but all of them are down there.
Why were they all there?
Yeah, that's kind of a problem. You know, XT gave up all position on the map just to hide down there, but the rest of his teammates didn't take advantage of it. You know, there could have been an uncontested red pickup, uncontested yellows, all weapons other than the LG.
Impressive. I'll have to see if they did gain anything out of that. Looks like a fresh spawner picking up a red there. He's going to get himself an LG as well. I didn't see who it was to switch them.
It was Flash.
Switch around to Flash then. Have a look at what he's doing. Well, he's at the red at the moment. 42 LG as well. Gets caught out. Nice rocket. Has to back off. Didn't lose too much. Red will be up in a few seconds. Of course he should know that considering he picked up the previous. But he was going to move away from it.
Oh, a nice rocket would have contact if he would just dive straight on that red without thinking.
Easy kill on FRS there. Fresh off the spawn. Can take out Winds as well. Replenishes ammo. 10 seconds to go until the next red. He should really go back for it. Or at least get a teammate there.
Yeah, with this route he should be
XT
there. Yeah, you can hear. It's going to be resistance.
Yeah, he's got a teammate supporting him. Zyrinx there. He can switch around to Zyrinx, in fact, with that armor, moving back to the bridge area, ready for quad in 10 seconds' time. Takes out Keyman, wins. FRS and Wit with nothing to really attack with. Gupper does have a rocket, but he's not in a great position to use it down below. Oh, quad picked up by Dimitri. Don't know if he was going for it, just trying to move into position.
Very lucky there as he went past Wins.
Just flicking around his mouse like crazy. Look at that shot, still up as well.
Bit of a bizarre mouse movement he has.
Oh god, taking the health away from the quad. Really, I mean, if you see the quad and you know you're going for health, you should maybe just delay your grab a little bit. But it worked out alright in the end, I guess, in terms of health. It's not like he met anybody else in the quad run anyway. Does exterminate Wit from this red area. Teammates support him. The XT moving in with 4 players to make sure they get that. Closing to about a 20 frag difference. We've got 2 quads remaining.
6. 7.
What?
27.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was up to 40 though, so that's a pretty good turnaround. 4 minutes remaining. Frags, 30 seconds till the next quad. CXT just sitting in this position at the moment. You know what I always think, when somebody's just sitting there not doing anything, there's always a bit more risk. Because that means somebody on the other side of the map is stacking up and getting ready to choose when they want to attack.
Yeah, I mean, while Wit is in position for quad here, maybe 10 seconds or 15 seconds ago he could have taken up more aggressive positioning, but look how Sitto have just got in round the back, and there's that stack player they had to worry about.
To be proactive in Quake pretty much at all times, really. That's why you see it's such an aggressive game style nowadays. Especially with these open maps. I mean...
Wit shouldn't have switched to LG.
Bad choice there, just tried to do that. A little bit of damage to the quad. Misses out on the red, takes out Wins. So maybe an important grab for the next couple of minutes by Wins there. Look at that, 6 frags on that run.
Yeah, and all of a sudden 16 frags is the difference.
It's got a railgun out of it as well, hitting 58% rail, just missing those couple of rail shots as we switch to him. There you go, LG spawn. It is closing in, we've got 1 quad remaining, 2 minutes 30. Left on the clock. Is it doable, Vought?
Well, it is, but very difficult. They've got
XT have slowed the game
positions down. If they can damage onto XT's red pickups and also hold this next quad.
Zyrinx doing the right thing here. He's going to pressure on that LG spawn, make sure he gets it, or well, gets the players looking for it. Really nice play. They can hear, we can hear some fighting going off on above at the red zone. Nice rail from Zyrinx, doesn't need to chase.
Yeah, he's already crippled FRS there, and you can hear how weak he was after that shot. And it's just as important to just wound people sometimes in TDM than it is to pick up the kills.
There you go. Nice rail shot. Can catch him out around the back here potentially. Yeah, he does. Nice. Really nice play from Zyrinx. Good movement around the area, utilising his weapon effectively.
It's going to be so
moving in there.
difficult. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think Zyrinx really needs to go to quad. I mean, well, actually, 3 of them at red.
How he fails the jump as well. This is going to mess them up totally.
Yeah, I kind of expected more of his teammates to still be at quad.
They've mistimed this, haven't they? Oh, Zyrinx is actually going to get it! It's only 22 health. Got to be careful. He doesn't get rocket launched. Wow, look at this. Around a 15 frag margin. Last quad on the map. We've only got a minute left. It's going to be very difficult still.
Yeah, he doesn't have any armour. It's going to be...
Misses out on the red as well. Misses that rail shot. That could have been crucial. He's not railable in one shot, but doesn't want to take that damage still. Does dispatch Wins, looking for the spawn frag. Doesn't get lucky. His teammate does get the frag down below, but it's going to be too much. 40 seconds left. Surely for 12 frag difference.
Well, it should be enough. I mean, even if they just delay their spawns and just make sure they don't die, don't look to fight or anything. And
Gerper.
a lot closer than maybe you'd expect at the end here. You know, after XT did hold a 40+ frag lead at one point.
I mean, they did all the hard work at the start of the map though, XT.
Yeah. Who's in the other semi-finals, by the way?
I'm not actually sure.
Blue wins.
Look at that Gerper, 9.2k damage. Only took 5.5.